Hello, I'm Martin from Baylys Baits, the owner of Baylys. Basically, we've had a few questions to why our baits are a little bit harder than other brands. Basically, we use some products within our boilies that actually break down in the water. And to stop the boilie completely dissolving, we have to make them slightly harder than usual. What we're going to do now is do a little test. One of our maple creams up against sticky baits, krill, just to see how they break down in the water. We've got a parts per million tester, so we can see how and what is released into the water. Right, I've got it set up on the bench, 300 ml in each jug of water. We do use purified water here at Baylys Baits. So nothing gets into the bait that we don't want in there. As you can see, got the sticky krill here. This is the EC tester. It measures dissolved solids within the water. Give that a stir while it's reading. As you can see, the right one there is reading 0.0. As I say, we do use purified water here. We distill all our own water on site, so we know we've got the purest. On the other side, 0.0. So now what we'll do is we will put the sticky krill into the right hand one, and then one of our maple creams into the left hand one. Give them a mix. And then what we'll do is we'll leave them to sit here for half an hour and come back and see what the readings are. Right, well, welcome back. It's now been half an hour. Oh, just over, to be honest. And you see they're both still sitting there. Just gave them a little stir, but now we'll stick the meter in. It's flashing, so it's reading. A little stir around. Listen for the beep, that means it's finished reading. We still have 0.0 on the sticky krill. Give it a little stir around. They're finished reading. Now you have 0.2 EC of dissolved solids within half an hour, which means that that boiling, or our boiling, the maple cream, is actually breaking down and releasing liquid foods, not just flavouring. It's releasing liquid foods, dissolved solids, which obviously adds a layer of attractant. You can see with a sticky krill, it has discoloured the water slightly, so it is leaking flavourings. You can also see with ours that it's pretty clear. There is a slight tinge, well, it's a bit unfair really because of this one's opaque and that one's clear, but they're pretty much looking identical at the bottom. But the difference is our one's leaking actual liquid food, dissolved solids, into the water course. And the sticky krill is only leaking flavouring, which would make this more attractive to a fish than this, due to the fact of that's just smell. This is your amino acids, this is your smell, this is your proteins leaking and oozing from the boilie itself, not just a smell. Hence why we have to make them a little bit harder, because as I say, they do slowly dissolve. Oh, so they are a little bit harder. That one was slippery. Grab another one. but as you can see, they will crush just fine. And as I say, they break down quite nicely in the water course, where these are a lot softer, but they don't release the liquid foods like ours does. So in conclusion, from what we've just learned, basically it gives you as an angler a better sense in the water than just a flavoured attractant. It's giving you a plume in the water that the fish are actually looking for. They're actively seeking for amino acids. They're actively seeking for proteins and carbohydrates. And this is what we're trying to do as a company. But we do have to make them slightly harder due to the fact of, if we didn't, the boilie itself would turn into a paste within about 2 to 3 hours. And obviously that's no good to nobody. They will soften up as you're fishing. Obviously they'll soften up as you're fishing because they're slowly breaking down. But at the consistency we now have it at, it'll give you a good 12 to 14 hours before you've got to worry about that boiling no longer being viable on your hair rig or your bait screw. So yes, this is why our baits are a little bit harder, but we believe, and it's shown in our testing, that it gives us the edge. So yeah, if you like what you see, give us a follow, give us a subscribe and a like, comment down below, and we're going to be making some videos on this channel about bait making, in depth into bait making, exactly what recipes we use. Obviously we're not going to give you amounts, but we're going to tell you what we use, why we use it, and teach you how to make your own. There's going to be rig tutorials, fishing days, anything and everything carp related will be on this channel. Cheers, bye.